Alright, I believe we are live. What is going on, y'all? We're gonna go ahead and just jump straight into it because I do actually kind of want these videos to be a little bit informative. Video streams. If I want the streams to be a little bit informative if you're watching it as a video, for the people that are just trying to learn stuff on After Effects. So, we're gonna go ahead and just jump straight into this. Kind of similar to the last time. If you guys didn't watch my last stream, we already have our clips in here that we're gonna be using. The song that we're going to be using. So we're just going to go ahead and go straight into it. So if you're new to After Effects, hello, my name's Ajax. I'm going to be kind of teaching you around. Hopefully some of this can help. I've been editing now for 5 years, so it's on and off 5 years. Recently I've been really grinding at it, but I'm still not like the most experienced. I've just kind of learned tips that have really helped me, and hopefully they can help y'all too. So we're just going to jump straight into this. I need to... Sorry, I need to make sure I can get the stream over here. We are live, right? Sorry, I promise we'll get right into this right away, but... Alright, yeah, we're live. Alright, so if you guys have never edited, I'm going to try to just baseline, say everything that I'm doing, what buttons I'm pressing, so that you guys know. Because After Effects is one of those that's really good for you, but it takes a little bit to learn. So we're going to go ahead and left click our clip that we want to, then right click and go to new, go to null object, and then you're going to want to cut that down to about the right clip size. If you don't know to zoom in through a clip, and keep in mind I just learned this because I've been doing this the whole time using this, and let's just say it doesn't ever get you exact. You can just go in one frame by clicking plus and minus. Maybe y'all already knew that. I'm a dumb. I don't know. But it is helpful information. Anyways, so now that you've got that cut, go ahead and attach our clip that we are working on to the first one. And then attach this clip to the second one. We are always going to want to turn on motion blur. So honestly, I'm probably going to go ahead and just do that for all of it. I think that went ahead and did it. I also don't want any sound. I don't think the clips that I got have any sound. But I'm going to go ahead and turn them off. It's as easy as turning them on if you want them on. And then we're going to go into our clip. I always start by pressing S for scale, which is going to be one of the many things that you use. So scale, I'm going to put 650 to start right here. And then I like to zoom out a little bit because we're a little zoomed in. Go to about the middle of the clip, if anything a little bit earlier on than later. And do 115 or 110. Both are fine depending on how your clip looks between the two. But I think I have everything that I need here. So you kind of just weigh it out, whatever you think the best decision is. Then you're going to go ahead and take this bottom one and you're going to put it all the way towards the front. Like literally pretty much all the way there. So then you put this bottom one towards here, and you kind of just look at it like what do you think looks good for you. So like I played it, I like how that is. I might move this in a little bit, yeah, and see that's making it come in faster. So that looks great. And then we're gonna pretty much do the same thing but opposite for the scale. I kind of always start my edits in this similar fashion. I think it's a great way to start your edit. And then we actually need to go, this is a big thing for, let's hope my After Effects doesn't crash. Sometimes whenever I'm live streaming and then I'm doing an edit, it doesn't like that. Alright, we'll just save it just in case. So motion title, go ahead and search this up, is going to be motion tile, sorry, not motion title. Motion tile will be one of your best friends. And actually, I normally don't do this, but since it's all part of the same clip pack that I got, and same anime and stuff, whatever, clip pack's the main important thing. As long as this is the same on all of them, you can actually just control copy, and then, control C for control copy. And then we already have it on that one, so you can just get it all. Besides, obviously, I don't really need the audio to have it. And then Control V, and that will allow you to copy it all onto that. But call back to earlier. Whenever I copied this, I did the same thing. Control C to copy it, Control V to paste it, and then now I have another one on top. So we are at that 100. I'm gonna go over here and do about a 30. So now it looks all wonky, right? Like that doesn't look good. If we were to play this, this doesn't look good. Like that looks bad. Anytime I have these diamonds, right, and then I've changed it to this hourglass. I meant to say that last time. Sorry. There's gonna be things that I obviously forget. You want to highlight them and click F9. It just balances it out, and then obviously you can edit it on a graph. And then since it's the end of the clip, it's gonna go actually on this side. All end of clips go on this side. All beginning of clips go on this side. So now we have something that's like, oh. Excuse me. I want you all to myself, I swear. Yeah. So that's pretty good. We're actually going to control copy this on top of this. Just you'll see why here in a little bit. And then we're going to do the same thing that we did the last time. If you hear me say control copy, control paste, it's control C, control V, just as we do it. And then we're going to do the same thing that we did earlier. And to split your clip, you're going to click Control Shift D. These are things I probably should have explained at least in the beginning. And that will cut stuff. Control Shift D, cut. Control copy, control paste. And then we're going to assign this to the null. Alright, and then we're going to go scale again. I promise we're not going to just stay scale the whole time. But scale, click S to open up scale. 650. It's going to start very similar to the last one. And then I swear after this, even during this clip, we're going to open our horizons a little bit. 115. F9. And then you've kind of got it eased out again. But we need to, again, put the scale to the left side. If you guys are just joining the stream, what is up? We are editing. Kind of a romance edit, to be fair. I won't lie. I won't lie, man. You got me. I just finished this anime. I don't know if y'all have watched this anime, but it's good. It's really good. It's called More Than a Married Couple. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Wrist out. Ugh. We might have froze. This is the thing. I love live streaming me editing. Like I think it's cool and I think it's an experience, but whenever it's a problem like this, it's not fun. Yeah. It's okay. We'll just open it back up. We'll probably have to redo that clip, unfortunately. I tell you, whenever like I'm editing myself, I actually been having problems with it like crashing, I guess more recently than not, but it like really hasn't been bad. It was really one edit that I did that was really bad, but I think it was because I was maxing it out. Alright, where do we leave off? This needs to go. Do we ever get the motion title on there, or is that a no? No. Alright. Motion title. 800. I'm just gonna go really quickly through this because you guys have pretty much already seen this. Control copy. And then put it on all the clips besides that. Paste. Alright. That should have it too. Alright. And then we're going to go over here. And we're going to do 115. Or no, sorry. 30. F9. I actually might move this in closer a little bit this time because I kind of like it to drop off heavy. I think that will do it. Yeah. That's good. And then we need to control copy, paste this, and then we're actually gonna move this 2 up. I know I didn't do that last time, but that's what we're prepping for. And I might actually put this about where this starts to go up, so like there. All right, and then now we need to, oh shoot, do what we had already done. New null object. Control Shift D to delete. Control Shift D to delete. Control copy paste. You probably will see me save a lot, and that's just a precaution. All right, scale. Do 650. And then again, go to about the middle of the clip. Out maybe a little bit under 115. And then F9 those keyframes. Go ahead and pull up the graph. Put this over here. Put this over here. Yep. I want to say. And again, these are like pretty. I don't know. There's probably times that I'll get a little bit more developed into what I'm doing at certain points, and there's some stuff that I want to try in this edit, so you guys will see me messing around with even stuff that I feel like I haven't even done before, but I don't know if that will be the string. So we want to put, sorry, I pressed T on this, which opens your opacity, sorry, and then I put a 30 right here, and then I'm gonna go over to where the actual clip comes in, put 100, and then that should look kind of like it disappears into the background, right? I would say that's pretty solid. It's kind of what we want. And then from here, I'm thinking this one's where we're gonna get a little bit more developed and stuff that I've recently done. We're gonna go ahead and control copy this and put a paste up here. And now actually, I haven't. All right, so we're gonna go clip here, go 1, 2, 3, oh, we could, go about a couple over where there's not too much movement, but there's been movement in the thing. Go ahead and put this in diamond on this last scene, and then we can probably move this over a couple. So this part will move really slow, but that's kind of the point. How long is this? Not very long. We might want to actually move it to about here, so that it has time to breathe a little bit, especially since it won't really be moving. Let's go ahead and I need to figure this out. Control Shift, is it S? Again, my computer, for whatever reason, whenever I edit, it doesn't like me live streaming it. I wonder if there's people out there that also edit. Like, if any of y'all are watching this and like have a live stream, like, do y'all have similar problems, or is this just me? This has been bad. What's up, Jack? Sorry, bro. Try not to stay frustrated, but like for whatever reason, whenever I stream and I edit, it does not enjoy it. And like I want to stream because it's informational for anybody that's trying to watch it, but if I can't even. Anyways, streamer stuff. What is up, Jack FF? Well, we're back where we were. We're gonna go ahead and put. I'm gonna just cook this thing real quick. We need to put motion tile, motion tile, 800, control copy. We will get this figured out. All right, and then F9 these clips, move it in a little bit closer. Take this, put it down, or put it up to the right. So that it's kind of like how it was. Control copy, put this up at the top. Take this, put it to over. Again, get those null objects in. All right, scale 650. About the middle, maybe a little bit under. 115. F9 that. Put at the beginning. Like this-ish. Move. Let's go to the front and do the whole T thing again. Click T. You can actually just put a diamond down for 100, then do 30 here, and then we should have similar to what we already had, which is good. And then control copy, paste, put this up here, put that, delete this. Enable time remapping. All right. Then again, we did like a couple that moves, a couple that moves. Yeah. Oh. That's right there. And then we move this over right here. I want it for a good 43, 29. So what if we did 23? We could actually probably get away for a little bit longer than that. Alright. Now, let's see if I can do what I couldn't do last time, which was literally going to save it and then it crashed. Alright. Gucci, Gucci. Let's go ahead and close my files. Close everything that's... Let me see what... Okay. Don't need my YouTube pulled up. Alright. Now, because I already know this next thing is probably going to take a lot. Now, this is something that, if you guys watched the last stream, I did last stream on top of, it's something that I've learned more recently. It's still not like anything crazy. But it definitely isn't probably just basic. So you get your pen tool and then you kind of just trace it out what you want. There's a little like hair that she has sticking out right here, but I'm just not going to worry about that. I'm just going to, we should probably be doing this in full though. then I'm just gonna ignore. I don't even know if that is a hair. Maybe that's a white line on the building or something. Either way, not too worried about it. And this is where, like, it's not super fun to get done, but it's like at least the payoff of it is nice. It looks good whenever you're done. Yeah, that one piece of pink hair I'm not gonna care about. Yeah. It's probably the least favorite part of anime edit is dealing with anime hair. Stuff that you don't really think about, I guess, until you are editing. Because, like, from a point, you're like, oh yeah, it looks good. Like, the artist or whatever did a good job with singling outing that character to make them kind of, like, unique or different or whatever. And then, like, that's cool. But then, and it's not just her. It's like, I know I did one with Gojo. I did one with Kirito. I did one with Asuna. I've done, like, multiple 02. And it's like, you gotta cut their hair out. I feel like it's probably the worst part. And you're always like, come on, man. Editing problems, you know? Yeah, if you guys are just joining the stream right now, we are just cutting out her hair to... Not her hair, we're cutting her out to continue the edit. And this is probably one of the most tedious pieces of work when you're editing. I'm excited for this edit though, I'm not gonna lie, because I've kind of had it in my head for a while now. And I think it will look really good. I did kind of like, so I'm on the side of TikTok that is all anime edits. If you guys don't know, I mainly post on TikTok. I'll actually put my TikTok in the chat. I hope that's part of her hair. I can't really tell. It looks like it is. Where all my edits are. Oh, this is gonna be tricky. Dealing with like these pieces really piss me off. Just because they're tedious. They're not that bad, but they're tedious. Honestly, might just end up going and cutting out her hair again. Or, you'll see. Putting another mask, pretty much. I might have to put 2 masks. But that's why we put the keyframes there, because there shouldn't be a ton of movement. If you want it to look really good, you can put a ton of movement, but trust me, it calls for a lot more work than you're seeing here. And I have done it before, but right now I'm just trying to get this kind of simply out. I actually need to get rid of this, because I thought it was part of her hair. Don't know why. Don't know why I thought it was her hair. Actually, you know what? We probably need to take this like this. Put this up like this. Put this up like this. And then something like that. But now we have these 2 holes right here. This one and this one down here. We just need to go ahead and cover those up. So we pretty much do what we've already done, but opposite. So it's like, we're gonna go, this is the bigger of the 2 problems right here. Oh, don't like that one. Sometimes when cutting these out, you can really just misclick and... Alright, we do need to open this clip for the mask. We want to keep the yellow one, but we want to subtract this pink one. So see, like, that took that one out. And then we need to go and get this one. Alright. Put that in that corner. And I think this should be the mask, hopefully. This should just be what we need for everything. And do the same with this one, subtract it obviously. And then now we're kind of, I feel like, in a good spot with where this mask is. So the next step, if you're doing mask at any point, you want to go ahead and highlight what you have. Maybe it's just one, so either way. And then you're gonna want to click right, track mask, and now you have all of them here. And then this is gonna be one frame forward. This is gonna be your whole clip forward. I just want to do one frame. I like going one frame by one frame. We shouldn't actually have too much movement. I know there's one part coming up soon that it will move, and you'll see it. Unless we get super lucky, because I know we didn't actually get a lot of movement in this. There, that was movement. And like, see, let's see how. I want to say that's pretty bad. This is how you can tell. So if you do this and then you click none, you know, that's really not too bad. I might keep it. Let's see. These hairs look fine. This hair looks fine. We might need to move this up a little bit, like her hair, just in general. But everything else looks really good. So what we're gonna do then is just highlight these keyframes up here, move them up, and we just probably need to do the same. My assumption would be the same over here. Yeah, with just this top one right here. So that's really nice. That was really easy. That's why I do only like a couple frames, at least in this one. So then what we need to do is track mask again, because we did change it a little bit, and just one by one. I like to get a part that like I know would kind of move. So like, if I can get a good frame here, I need to make sure this still looks good. That looks decent. Alright, and then I think we have one more movement in all this, and we'll see it. There it is. Honestly, not perfect, right? But solid. Genuinely solid. So we're just going to keep then going through all of it, because I think that's all the movements that will happen. And then we need to Control-Shift-D. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, click Control-Z if you've already done that. We need to add the null objects that are assigned to this. And the only reason why you want to do that first is so that it's assigned to the whole clip rather than bits and pieces of this clip, because this is one clip, but we're about to make it two, but we want it to act like it's still one. If that makes sense. Turn on motion blur for everything that we're going to be doing. You just pretty much always want that on. And then you can go over here. Oh. And then click Control-Shift-D. And you can actually take the mask out of these completely. And what I like to do actually is move this 2 over and kind of do like what we do on the other transparent clips or whatever. So we're actually going to put 100 here. Instead of 30, we're going to put 0. And then we need to go back down here and actually add this, and then these two subtract, right? Because they were the ones that we don't want. So now if I get out of this layer, go here, and I need to probably do this. Since I said I like everything to be scaled at 115, go ahead and do that. That should move her up a little bit too. Make her look a little bit bigger on the screen. And then I'm actually going to click P. We haven't done that one yet. P, which is going to pull up your position. And we need to take the motion title out off of this one. It's better to add the motion title to all your clips and then take it off the specific ones you want, at least in my personal opinion. So yeah, we're gonna do that position, and then we want to probably put a keyframe down towards, like, I would say about here-ish. And then I'm actually gonna have this come from the bottom, and like her head is chopped off. right? You don't want to see that. It's not going to look very appealing to if you're watching an edit. So, sorry. For position, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to separate dimensions. Obviously, we're not using the X, so you can just get rid of the X position. F9 those. Click this keyframe or the other one. Open this. You get a diagram. Again, you want to do pretty much... Come on. You pretty much want to do solid front. And then with the scale, her head being cut off will help clear that a little bit easier. So like, see, and that's, you can see it for a minute, and that I don't want. So what I'm going to do is click the position again, zoom in, put this pretty much on par as fast as it can come down. And then we're eventually going to put a shake so that you can't really see it. I know right now you can. That also means we might want to put a transparent, like opacity, put T, and then maybe like here so that it looks like this. So it kind of appears out of thin air and you don't really see too much. Like in reality, I know we are right now because we are editing it, but trust me, when it goes through, you won't. Plus, I have a shake pack. The shake pack, you can get them from a lot of YouTuber editor stuff out there like that. It's in my effects. Look. So like shakes like this, and then I'm going to attach them. So I'm not going to keep this, but for like example, like let's see. If I wanted to put, actually, let me do this. Position, rotation. If I put a shake on here, and again, this is not just going to be in your Adobe After Effects. You're going to have to find someone that has these. But, like, that's not a good example of one because you still see her. But it is very quick. And also, a motion tile might not be bad on this one. Let's see. Yeah. That might not be a bad idea. Because then she's not duplicated, at least. Motion titles are one of those things that you just kind of have to play with yourself. Oh, we're going to actually have to get the shake out of there. So we have to actually replace the motion title. Alright, before we've had the problem that we've already had a couple times this stream, let's go ahead and save this. So, and since it's a duplicated color, it just shows pink, which is nice. You're really not gonna be able to tell when it happens. And of course, I'm gonna add a shake so it looks a little bit better as time's going on. I'd probably add this. This one I like to use a lot because I can put it like here, right? And then I can copy it, and then look. This is how smooth it will look. See, and see how she moves with it. See, it goes, and then you kind of see it appear a little bit, mix, and then it just goes straight into it, and everything moves with it. I think this is a little bit high of a movement. I'd probably stretch this out, but that's kind of what we're gonna do. I like adding shakes and stuff last, so right now stuff might look a little rough, and that I'm not worried about. Alright, and then we're gonna take this clip, delete it, we'll copy it, and then paste it up here. Then you can delete it, or you can delete it before, as long as you've copied it. I think we're gonna do, one of my famous things I like to do is zoom out of a clip through something. So we're probably going to zoom out of her eye. I think that's a good idea. But that has the same basis of the stuff that we've already done. Let's see. I've already time remapped it. Alright, so we'll probably go... Well, since we're zooming out, I'm literally going to do the one clip over, because you won't see it until the second it comes all the way through, if that makes sense. Actually, I need a good idea of this. So we probably need to go out a couple here. No, not that much. Probably like this, and then here would be my guess. And actually, we might need to move this a little bit down. I feel like that's a lot. Something like that is where I'm gonna comfortably state it. So this does not move, like it literally moves like one frame in the whole thing, and that's kind of what we want. We're actually probably gonna place it like halfway through, like I'm probably place it here, and then we need to do what we did similar last time. So we're gonna open this up. I want to, what eye should we go through? The left or the right? I think the right's more centered, so we'll do that. I think it will just look better. I really like going through the actual eyeball. It's all one solid color on top of. It looks a little bit better whenever you go through it. So that's what we have to work off of, believe it or not. We're gonna go over here. We need to do what we did last time because we wanted to work all as one clip. That's why those shakes are so important. Actually, this is why this is so important for those shakes. Alright, let's see. And now we can actually go into here, delete the mask off of this one. And then for here, we need to open the mask, and we actually need to subtract rather than add. So from here, sorry, I gotta do a lot of thinking here. 11, so we really don't need it that long. Like I feel like that takes up a lot of the clip. So maybe we do like here-ish. And then everything else can come in about there. Oh, this can come back into here. A lot of editing is just messing with the stuff that you're seeing and how you want to see it. So we're actually going to click scale and shift P. So S shift P, and you can go ahead and zoom in and find where we are cutting through, which is actually going to be the other way. So there we go. There's our clip that we're wanting to see. Oh, okay. There it is again. We're kind of in the right area. You're probably gonna have to zoom in a lot. But oh. Need to mess with this one first. Alright, looks like we're getting there. And you're just pretty much gonna fit it to where you don't see any more left. We're definitely getting there. Yep. Okay, good about that. I honestly think that should do it. Yeah, that I believe. Gotta kind of toy with it. There we go. I think that is perfect right there. So we're gonna place these here, and then obviously go over to here. Now here, and we're gonna go 0, 0, 115. And we actually probably want about, I would say about here to go back to normal clip. And then we can click T on here and do 100 over here. And then do 0. Oh, actually, no. That looks about right. What we're gonna want, we need to click F9 on these. Well, actually, separate the position first, like we did in the last one. F9 these. Oh, we need to turn that down, and I'm gonna actually save this before anything else happens. Yeah, that's not bad, but I kind of want it to be more towards the end. This can get tricky when you play with it like this. So right here, kind of have it like this. I think I like that. I think that looks fine. What do we think, chat? What are we thinking, chat? Of course, I have shakes and stuff that I will add. Yeah, I'm trying to kind of get the beat to go with this one, so it's like as soon as it goes out of the eye, it's like. Alright, and then the next clip is going to be this. Now that I got you here, cause I got a lot of things that I want to say to you. Alright, and then I think we just kind of go back to basics, because we've done like a lot of my edits. I like to have like a basic transition, and then I like to have some like cool, like, oh, that caught my eye, oh, that caught my eye, but then kind of like go back to the basics. I'm selfish. I want to order myself. I like that. I think we might do position down for this one. So we're actually gonna go about here. Put a position, maybe actually like more like here, and then we should have a motion tile. Do that, and then shift scale as well. This is one I've been wanting to try. So we're gonna go like this, and then I've done this before, which is no problem. But we're also going to zoom in to maybe like 450. So kind of like an extreme zoom in as well. And we need to do these separately, or at least we need to separate dimensions. The X stays the same, so we need to just do the Y, F9, and then do this, put it, since it's at the end of the clip, it needs to go towards the end of the clip. There we go. Same with this, end of the clip. Bro, imagine if we didn't have those crashes like kind of at the beginning. We probably would have been, I wouldn't say like close to done, but like at least halfway or something. I feel like the position then needs to be very dramatic. Again, this is the first time that I'm dealing with this. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is go down, zoom in, right? So go down, and then I want it to be, since we're zoomed in and we're down, we're gonna go from up to down to zoom out. I don't know if that made any sense, but I was about to say hopefully me doing it would make sense, but obviously it doesn't want me to do that. I can feel it kind of getting a little bit laggy here, so hopefully I can save it before anything happens. Alright. And then we're gonna and we might do the same thing as a transparent. Again, this one I haven't really ever done before. This is like a mental work. This is like I'm thinking of it as I'm doing it, but it shouldn't be too different from what I've done before. It also should be pretty easy, so as long as it looks decent, halfway decent, I'm good. So scale position, because we need to open the same thing, so we can go ahead and put a diamond. This I like to do a lot. So if we're at 53 and this is 29, what is that? That's 20. It's 24. So 24, 7, what is 7 of 24? 17. So with 17 being left over, which is right here, and then we go back over here, and then again we're gonna go from being up, which apparently we're gonna need to do very dramatic, because we're going to be at like a 450 zoom in, if I remember correctly. So that's where it connects. I went pretty extreme for the last one, so I think right here would be about the similar space. We need to separate dimensions. Obviously we don't need the X position. We need to put F9 on those, and then do the opposite where it all comes in kind of at the beginning. Maybe not that extreme, but pretty extreme. Same with this one. And then honestly we can probably take these. This, I'm also playing around with the idea, so if I that's pretty smooth. I think there's obviously work there that needs to be kind of done, but that's nice. I like that. I think if we don't go into a fold, so like Like if I don't go as harsh a little bit like that, bring it back down a little bit. And then this one I don't go as harsh either. Like maybe there. Fix the thing a little bit. Yeah, I like that, I think. That looks good. Come on. Come on. I need them comments. I need y'all agreeing. And then we could probably do the same but opposite, or we do a rotation. No, I think we maybe do the same but opposite. I think that would look good. Same, but different. Control copy. Anyways, back to something that's completely, well, not like off topic, but not editing. If you guys have not seen this anime, I know I talked about it earlier. My hair looking wild, by the way. I don't know what's going on with it. Sorry, we'll go back to editing. It's our first semi-break. If you guys have not watched this anime, I would definitely suggest it. It's really good. I'm one of those people. I personally kind of like a romance anime. I cannot lie. It's embedded in me. It's just like that. I don't really know. Okay, so we went down, zoom in, up. So we need to go up, down. So we will do that. Scale, shift, position. We did 24 before it. So what is this? This is 7. What is 14 from 60? 46. Right there. Yeah. Go and place those. But yeah, this anime is really good. I hope it gets a second season. It kind of left off in a weird spot, but it is really good. It's more than a married couple. It's good. The basis is they basically are put into randomized groups for a marriage, for like school. Like you just randomly get assorted someone, and then when you get a good, like if you get a good grade with that person, if you get A's, you can swap your partner. So of course the most popular girl in school got with the like one of the nerdiest kids in school, and obviously can fall from there. So we went. So I need to go up. Zoom in about 450 here. Is this one zoomed in at all? We actually need to be 115 then. I just realized that. It's fine. And then that's fine. Alright. This is 4. It does zoom in. You know, I do need this clip gonna be here, but I kind of need to be able to see this clip. So for right here, we need to go up to about here, and then I need to, well, actually I need to do the position, separate position. We don't need the X. And then F9 this. It's at an end of a clip, so put it here. I'm gonna try to get this edit done in 2 streams at least, but I can't say. I know I'm probably about to end this one. It's late for me, and I am very sleepy, won't lie. So, up. That might not be up enough for me. And then watch is gonna be 2 up for me. Alright. And now we're gonna go over here. This has already been set. Yep. Okay. Scale position. Put these at 17, 24. So 24 plus 7. So you get 11 plus, so you get 31. I believe is where we're at. And then you're gonna go over here and gonna have to go from up to down, or from down to up. We need to do 450 here like we've been doing, but we need to do down. Okay, probably like there would be my assumption. Alright, and then we need to separate dimensions, get rid of the X. Oh shoot, F9 that. And then put it at the beginning of the clip because that's where we're at. F9 this. Come on, bro. Yeah, that looks solid. But we are gonna do what we've been doing, which is move it 1, 2 over. Do the whole transparent thing where we put 100 right here, put 30 right here, and then it should look even. Yeah, that looks even better. So now it should go down to up, and then up to down. Yeah. You know, look that, you know. Come on, bro. Don't play with me. You know that look fire. Don't play with me. You know that look good. And again, I'm having shakes that I'm going to add to this whole thing. A lot of this stuff looks really basic. They're basic transitions. That's what this is kind of for. Except for some of the ones that we did the cutouts earlier. You know, we did some basic transition, but then we did a cutout where she was there. Kind of showed you how to do that. Move up. You know, put that in. Go through an eyeball. And then there. So this is what we got so far. Come on, man. Let him cook. So. And this is not a very long edit. Like, I think we're already kind of... I think there's only like... I think this is the last clip of her, and then it goes into like the main attraction. And I'm trying to decide on this edit if I want to... Where is the last clip? If I want to duplicate... like, for example, let's see, for example, For example, if you go to my YouTube channel and you go to a certain video, it would be this one. And then we go and say, hey, we want to watch this. Maybe. This is what I mean. So like doubling it up or just doing one, that will kind of be dependent. I think we do a rotation here though. I could probably easily do that. Rotations are probably the easiest. Just to, hey, I'm gonna do this real quick and get out type situation. Let's see. Probably do it like here. Rotations you don't really want too long. Do it about here. And then I'm gonna do a 180. F9. Do what we've always been doing. Take the graph, put it at the very end. And we also need to do, we need to make sure this scale, which is it? It's not. The scale needs to be at 115. I always kind of forget that, but it's important. Yeah, we're gonna do a shake right there because that will look good. Actually, I think I want it. Yeah. I want it to go that way rather than that. So we're going the correct way. We're gonna go ahead and do what we've been doing. Null object. Most of the time, I just add 2 null objects to everything, even if I don't end up using both of them. It's just because I feel like it's better to have it than not, and you can't put the same. Like I can't put a scale on one and then put another scale at some point in any unison. It's hard to explain, but it would really mess with things if I kept putting like scales on this one and wanted it to stay straight. We do need to put a scale, speaking of which, 115, because we're here. And then shift rotation, that's fine to do because it's 2 different things. We're actually gonna start, wait, so I need to do this. How long is this? 53 to 34. What is 53 to 34? It's about 20. It's about 19, right? Doing that really quick. Sounds about right, so that's what we'll do. It's going to be 7 and then 12. So I want to say that's about right. I might have just been way off on that one. For this one, we need to do negative 180. No, sorry. Here we need to do 0. So what is this? This is 0. That's where we need to put it. That's why I was tripping in my head. We need to do negative 180 here. And then do what we've been doing, F9. Put it to this. Come on. Don't play with me, boy. Do it to here. Sorry, I gotta get the stream caught up. Alright. And then if we put this over here, we should get a pretty fluid turn there. Now, do I have time remapping on this? I feel like I do. And I actually want it to go slow here. But I want this to go pretty fast. Kind of needed to end on this one then, like right here. So we cut this clip a lot. That's fine. And then, is this the same? No. So these, honestly, copy. It hates whenever I do that. Let's see, control copy. Paste that at least. So like whenever I copy the whole thing. Alright. So now yeah. Now there's a chance. I think I've already messed with this one a little bit. I think I might have to just do it like here instead. Copy. We're just gonna go ahead and put them in a line up here so that I have them and I don't have to keep going back down over here to get them. Cause there's a lot of things that I want to say to you. Alright, and that should still be decent. Let's see. Might actually have to make this a little bit shorter. And that I'm not the biggest fan of. But the beat might thank me. Because I actually like that clip. This one. But I want it to really, and then, oh, let's not freeze. I need to know, man. Let's be safe here. All right. I think that will be good. Yep. And I sped this part of this clip up really quick at the beginning. Like, just, like, this is normally pretty slow. But I sped it up pretty quick to give it that illusion. And then them. Alright. I think this one, we do the kind of cutout thing. And maybe I can add a lot, like, probably like that to it. So do like this. And then like, yeah, that's good. And then we're gonna do the whole cutout thing again, which is very tedious, but this doesn't look like it should be too bad. Probably the worst part is going to be the finger. It's going to be my analysis based on editing for a hot minute. And of course, always, 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 always the anime hair. But this doesn't actually look too bad. Because it's kind of blurry anyways, and it's kind of like that on purpose. Okay, we need to get our nose completely correct though. And we are already fucking it up. Sometimes there's like a faint glow, and that will always throw me off whenever I'm editing. It's the faint glow of what I can see and what I cannot see. Like, oh, ooh, I almost was. It wouldn't have been too bad, I guess, but still upsetting. All right, this is where this might get a little. Sometimes it will do that, and those I do not want, nor do I like. Yeah, the hand's definitely going to be the most annoying part. Because, like, that wasn't too bad, but then we got to go over here and get these. And we're probably going to have to put a mask in this area. You guys are just joining into the stream. What is up? We've been editing for just over an hour now. Actually, probably need to go to bed soon. Did a lot more than I was expecting to be fair. So that's connected, and then we need to go into here and delete these, whatever this is going on over here. Mask. This one can be a subtraction. We need to do what we normally do by putting a null object here. Bro, one thing that I watched this year for, I want to say, okay, completely honest, I watched this anime in 2020. I got addicted, bro. Like, it was like an anime that I felt like changed my life. And it's not all that, but it is all that. And then I even feel like maybe a month or two after watching it, I'm not speaking about this anime, by the way. This anime came out in like 2022. And then a month or two later, after I had first watched it, I was like, oh god, I can't. There's just nothing that's like it. So I went back and watched it again. I think I watched all of it. Yeah, I did. And then about a year passed, so 2021. A lot of stuff happened in my life, but I was like, you know what, I need that ecstasy. Let me go back and rewatch it. I didn't get it all the way done. I probably watched it about a half again. Then 2023 came in. I was like, oh, let me rewatch it. I think I watched like the first like 4 episodes. Then I was like, you know what, let me just restart it from the beginning, because I was like, you know what, I'm going to give this a good deal. It's like six months down the line after that, I was like, oh, I want to watch it, but I remember watching like the first 4 episodes. I got like 12 episodes in, again. Maybe even like close to being finished with it. And then, I want to say maybe 3 months ago, I completely rewatched it all. I tell you, the last 2 or 3 episodes took me, like, I watched all of it in a huge span very quickly, and then like last 2 or 3 episodes took me months to get through, but I finally finished it again. So keep in mind, that's about 3.5 full finishes, and then that's like maybe 3 or 4 just starts. Like, oh, hey, I'm gonna start it. Maybe I didn't get all the way through, but whatever. Darling in the Franxx, bro. Darling in the Franxx is such a peak anime. If you have not watched it, go watch it. That's the type of shit that will change your life. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what anybody says, bro. That shit is fire. Alright. Where were we? We need to track these masks, so highlight them. Right click, track. And then this one will probably have a lot more movement than when we did the first time. I'm going to go ahead and just save this because I feel like it's getting very laggy. If we do get a crash, I just want y'all to know that I'm probably just going to end it there. Alright, and now we need to move forward. I can already feel we're going to have a lot of movements in this. If not a crash. Because the biggest hint is when this X goes red. So it's like, it debates it, but we look like we're good. There wasn't a movement in that one. There was a movement in that one, and that is very, very blatantly obvious. So we're gonna go ahead and none that. We need to highlight these. Put this one here. Highlight these. Put that there. Highlight this one. Put that there. Oh, nope. Don't want to take that. Nope. Don't want to take that. Come on. Put that there. I do want to move this one in a little bit more. Take these. Move it down to about there. We need to move this one. That looks like that's fine. Maybe I need to like make it more pronounced, go down there a little bit. Everything else, not that I think it matters really, but we should probably put this just on the corner. And then it looks like her throat needs to be moved down a little bit. Maybe more lined up here. Alright, I would say that's good. We're gonna go ahead and track the mask again. Probably have movement in about 2 frames. Normally it's about every 2 frames. So I think the next one will get a little bit, yep. We get a little bit of movement, which is fine. Fix the easy things to fix. That being there. This one being there. I feel like this one will look really good when we're obviously done with it. Let's see, this needs to go down to here. You want everything to kind of stay in the lines and stuff, because it won't look too good if not. Ooh, looks like his thumb even kind of got it. Looks like this needs to come out by itself like that. This is probably the most tedious thing of editing, is just cutting stuff out. This looks like this needs to go down. This might need to go down a little bit. Alright. Her lips look kind of fine. Let's make sure. Pause, by the way. Alright, I would say that's good. Her nasal bridge is getting a little bit offset. Offset. Ooh, look at that. Look at her hair, bro. I did not even notice that for a second. That is freaky deaky. Why didn't y'all tell me watching? Y'all were just gonna let me fuck that up. Y'all were just gonna let me fuck that up. Nah, y'all wouldn't do that to me. I know y'all were typing away, bro. There's such a long message that y'all were trying to warn me. It just took a while. I get it. Don't worry. Got y'all's back, because I know y'all got mine right. Alright, I'm gonna say that's decent. I don't know if it's perfect, but again, we'll probably get 2, and then that one. Move this stuff down pretty quickly. Looks like this needs to be more on his thumb. Looks like it's kind of got centered off of where her mouth is. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, the more frames you have, the more tedious this gets, right? Alright. Track mask. I feel like everything's at least good enough. And then that one. Movement. Yeah, and I feel like every other one that I have to actually go and fix, like that every other one is way worse. Oh, and then we run into a new problem. I think his fingers are showing. Pause. So what we're going to do is, if you run into this problem, you just have to add more. So what I'm going to do is go into here, probably add like, I'd say like 3 more. Don't see me needing more than that. Put that one on the very edge, put that one there, and then let it do like that. Alright. Put this one on there, this one over here. Everything else looks. How's this? His thumb is a little. I can see that. And I can't believe this anime apparently is like. There's no word on it getting a second season. Which is really upsetting. Because it's pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, it's pretty good. Because I know I kind of. Alright, so this should be the last fix then. I feel like. I know I already touched kind of base on what this anime is about. But like. Evidently, I feel like without trying to give away too much, she starts falling for him. Like we talked about it. You get randomly paired with someone in your class. The most popular girl gets placed with the nerd from the school. Nerd from her class. I wouldn't say nerd from school, but she gets paired with him. She's upset about it. He's like not any happier. Like he admits like yeah he's had I don't know if fantasy is the worst, but like he's like she's a popular girl or whatever in school. So like he finds her attractive, but he just doesn't find any shot in hell. And if you've watched any romance anime, you know kind of how they work too. But he's like, yeah, there ain't no shot in hell. So like, why am I gonna think about it? So then he's actually in love with this other girl in his class, which is like his childhood best friend. But it's because like they've known each other. He still doesn't even think he has a shot with her, but like that's what he at least thinks. He's comfortable with. So the whole time they're like trying to switch partners because she wants to be with this other guy that she's been in love with the whole time, and he wants to be with her. And slowly over time, she kind of gets denied by the one guy. On top of like she realizes that she's falling in love with the nerd anyways, and then figured out. So it's good. There is some really weird parts in the anime. I won't lie. There are some like not like sexual, but just like innuendos that are kind of unnecessary. Alright, I think we have the whole thing cut out here. There are some clips in here that are like that. That one. Oh, well. It's at the end, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. We need to this one, add this one, subtract. And honestly, I might just make this one appear like out of thin air type situation. Oh yeah, we need to go and then delete those so that it's normal. I haven't really done anything from this side pause, so we'll probably do that. But that means we do need to take the motion title off of it. And then separate Y, F9. Let's see. And then I think we do about here. We do the whole 0. Yeah, I think that looks good. I know it's a little. Oh, well, it's because we're at full. Yeah. And then I think the beat drops when the back comes in. That looks good. And yeah, I mean, realistically, we're cooking. So there's only a couple more things that I need to add to this. I need to add the last two. Well, technically, it's a transition to a clip. Transition ending. So there's like 3 more clips that we completely need to finish, and then I need to add. I always have my own signature. Like every editor, I feel like has their own signature, right? Y'all saw it earlier. Like I'll show you. Let's see. One second, y'all. For example, like, actually, that's not a good example. Is that one? We'll do this one. So I do it at the, like, you just saw it for a split second until it. So like the Ajax Cinema in that specific one, it's used as like a sad thing. And this one, the colors kind of weren't correct, but it's right at the beginning. That they were correct, but then I didn't realize how much they like blended. It's not bad, but yeah. So that's kind of like my, you're about to watch an Ajax Cinema edit. So I need to add those, and then I just need to add the shakes, which all in all, that's probably another hour of work, maybe. And then add my contrast, so yeah, about an hour. And then I have to make the thumbnail, which normally takes about an hour to 2 hours. But that's really all we have left. I would say maybe 2 hours on this edit. But we'll watch what we have so far, and then I'm going to call it for a night, because I got to pee, and then I got to eat. But we should be able to finish this edit by tomorrow. That's good news. I'm selfish. I want to order myself, I swear. You don't need nobody else, I swear. I want to order myself because I'm selfish. I want to order myself, and again, it will look a little bit better whenever we put the shakes and stuff in. Because right now it looks like little dull is the word that I like to use. I'm selfish. I want to order myself, I swear. You don't need nobody else, I swear. I want to order myself. And a personal note too, I think it has to do with the shakes not being there, but I think some of the clips are a little bit too long. Not like crazy. Like for example, this one can be a little 5 frames shorter. Fine, fine, fine. 3 or 4 frames shorter. Definitely a good like 10 frames shorter. But those are like nitpicky things, right? Those are just things that you see as editing. And again, if I really feel that way after I've gone through and even put shakes on it and stuff, I can go and take that out. But yeah, I don't really know. I think I'm gonna do for this next one. For this next one, it's difficult because part of me wants to sit there and say like, I would zoom in to like about here, but then all you're gonna see is this and him magically appear. Maybe a rotation. I feel like rotation's so basic though. Like, and I don't know if it would look good. Let's just do it. How about that? Let's just do it. Let's see. We're at 11:02, so let's go to 10:47. That's actually really far. Is it though for the clip? Not really. Not really at all. So then we'll do that. And then I don't know if this will look good though, like at all. Part of me's kind of doubting that it will. If you couldn't tell. And is this scaled? It's not. 115. That doesn't mess with anything that we did. No. Alright. And then F9 that. Put it at the very end. I feel like it will look fine. It's gonna be one of those where like, you know what I mean? Like I think it will look, it'll look alright. But that I don't know if that's what we're looking for. I want it to look good. So, like it's one of those. It will work. Yeah, that worked. Put it at 17. 38. Yay. I'm like, it was up below. Married to them. My stove. She's my trap queen. Let it go. Alright. It works though. Like it works. Is it great? But what else would I do? Because like part of me was thinking, oh, like I'll cut him out and then like slowly drag him in. But then I think that looks like this shows all of what would be their heads, right? This doesn't. So I think it wouldn't look good. I think this looks fine. You gotta. This clip lasts for a very long time. And honestly, this one doesn't even need like a transition, I don't think, because it's kind of cutting itself out. But we do need to add a null because the shake packs that I use require it. Now fade out. And honestly, for this whole thing, I feel like I can fade out. Like, let's put a 4. I don't really know where that puts us, but let's put a 4. 4 is too heavy. 2.5. Still a little too heavy. 1.75. Well, and again, it depends if I'm gonna duplicate. Do I? Do I duplicate? Let's see. Oh. Alright, so then what do we need to do? I need to close everything that I've done. Now that I got you here, I'm not gonna play with you. 'Cause there's a lot of things that I wanna say to you. And then I actually probably need to make this the whole thing for just a second. And then let's see. And honestly, and this would need a zoom out if I'm gonna do that. This would need a zoom out because it's got to connect. Without it, it would not connect. Scale here. Well, actually, we need the scale to be 115 as always. So this needs to be like that, and then this needs to be I need to be able to see what's going on. Why does it not look like that though? Oh, because it's not attached. So this needs to go here. This needs to go here. Now if I do 30, would it? Yeah. That's what I was looking for. F9 that. Oh, we have a really wonky graph. Just need to zoom in. And then put that towards the end, like that. Put this here. Put this there. And then probably do the whole, lift it all up. 1, 2, T, 100, T, 30. All right. And that just doubles our runtime. It's the same thing, and it's one of those I don't actually really always love to do it because it's nice, especially when you're like expressing something that's kind of like this. It is repetitive. It's a lover's anime type situation. Like there's times where it's good, so I might even do all this and not like it. Truthfully, that there is potential here.
I'm selfish. I want to order myself, I swear. You don't need nobody else, I swear. I want to order myself because I'm selfish. I want to order myself, I swear. You don't need nobody else, I swear. I want to order myself, I swear. I'm selfish. I want to order myself.
And there was a little part here that I'm realizing I kind of did shoot myself in the foot because I have to, no matter what, delete all this. Because I still need to put all the shakes in and stuff. And I'm not going to want to do that 2 times over that many clips. If that makes sense. But I am going to keep this zoomed out because why not? Because I might use it, but I need to go in and add all the shakes. But that's kind of like what I was talking about. We're gonna maybe double it over if I feel like it, but that's for another time. We're gonna go ahead and save this. All we need to do is put my Ajax title. We need to put the shakes and then upload. So tomorrow I might do a live stream on part 2 of finishing this, and or you will see it uploaded in the next 36 hours, 36 to 48 hours. But you know, we will see. I'm liking it. I'm hoping that if anybody was sitting here kind of watching it as a VOD or whatever you saw here in a live stream and just whatever, either enjoy my company and or if you actually can use any of these to help you, I'm so glad, because I've been there, man. I've been there as the editor that just like even just a little bit of help goes a long way. So if you got one thing from this, I really appreciate that. And yeah, that's all I have. You guys have a great rest of your night. I will